Hello and welcome here to round number 7 out of 20 of the Craftsman Cup Series, coming to you at the Lone Star State here at Texas, the 1.5 quad mile oval. Qualifying was shown yesterday on the channel, and for anyone that didn't watch it, you'll see that Jesse Turner managed to get his Chevrolet on to the pole position, and next to him will be the rookie Nico Ketchum. Then you got on row 2 the Bud Shootout winner, Dylan Poteet. Not having a great season so far. Hopefully he will get his season back on track with a strong finish here today. And Nathan Hudson, who is also kind of going up in the championship standings as of late. So hopefully Nathan will get a good run here today. I was going to say tonight then, but it's not. It's clear blue skies here. Beautiful day out in Texas. Championship leader, Zachary. Christian Martin, he's going to be starting deep in the field, starting 26th. And the man behind him, Zachary Fitzwater, is starting a row behind him. So it's going to be interesting to see how them two will work their way up towards the front and keep their lead away from the pack third on back in the points, as they do have a substantial lead coming into this race. So without further ado, let's get these cars moving. 67 laps around Texas Motor Speedway. And as the 42 cars head out onto the track, here is how they will look for the starting grid for today's race. That's how the 42 cars look for this race. And also as well, Jesse Turner has also booked a ticket into the All-Star race, as we are getting closer and closer each and every week to find who will be in the All-Star race. Don't forget, these drivers, if they get in it, it's either on the pole or winning a race, and that's going to happen in about 3 weeks time from now. So we'll see Jesse Turner in the All-Star race. But who's going to join him after 67 laps? We're green at Texas. Looks like Jesse Turner's going to lead the first lap, and that will be 5 bonus points for him. Don't forget, we're going back to the old point system with the old traditional NASCAR system. If you lead a lap, you get 5 bonus points. If you lead the most laps in this race, you get another 5 points. So Jesse Turner leads lap 1. Looks like he's going to be on course to lead his second lap of this race. Now, the cars here are all driving with a super speedway package, so hopefully we'll see a bit more overtaking, a little bit more lead changes instead of the, well, what I said, the super speedway, the speedway package, sorry. As we look then at the championship leader, there he is, and he is down in 29th position, so he's lost a few positions on the start. As well behind him there is Fitzwater in the 4. There you can see the 2 championship drivers already. Meanwhile, back up front there, Jesse Turner leading lap number 3. So we said all laps here so far, but here comes Brandon Tedisco having a look on the inside in the Ralph's Ford. Behind him then is Cody Lammers in the 33, followed by RJ Bishop in 4th position. And behind him, we've got a battle for side-by-side for 5th position. That's Michael Norman and Carson Gum. And behind Michael Norman is Richard Johnson, the first of the Pontiacs. It's probably the only Pontiac actually in the top 10. Turner still leads the way. Tedisco 2nd, Lammers 3rd, Bishop 4th, and then it's side-by-side from 5th all the way back. 3 wide actually there. You can see there Nathan Hudson going a little bit high going into turn 2. Oh, wow, drivers then shaking about here. Some different camera angle. There they are. Oh, and looks like we're 4 wide just ahead of them. Yes, they are. You've got Gunther on the inside, Paul Teat, Carson Gum and Michael Norman on the outside. Ah, that's so tight racing there. Still 4 wide, going into turn 1. They normally go 4 wide. It's normally disaster. Oh, Paul Teat leaning on Carson Gum. And Michael did the wise thing and back out of it. Greatest shot of all 42 drivers then. Still Jesse Turner leading the field. And Brandon Tedisco still in 2nd place. And looks like they're nearly going to go 4 wide yet again on the end of this lap. But no, they'll go 3 wide. Matt McLean on the bottom. Norman in the middle. Carson Gum on the outside. And then you've got the 2 Sapco teammates. The 42 of Cole Deaver and the 40 of Sefco working together. And behind him, the Daytona 500 winner, Charles Sanfer, who needs a good result. Noah Hart then at the back end of the field, as well as a championship leader, Christian Martin. Fitzwater's actually gone ahead of him. You can just see them there in the sort of like the burnt yellow number 4. Tedisco now is in the lead there. New leader now, Brandon Tedisco. So he will pick himself 5 bonus points now. But here comes Jesse Turner. Turner looking to the inside. And he's got help from fellow Chevrolet drivers too. Oh, Cody Lammers now has a look to the inside of Jesse Turner. That is for 2nd spot. And he's got a whole train of cars with him too. So Jesse Turner's going to be starting to fall back down the order as Tedisco leads yet another lap. Keeping out here on the championship leader, Christian Martin. He's up now into 30th position, so he is gaining spots. Let's ride on board then with the championship leader as he's side by side. Just there with the 27 of Chris Summers. The 75 of Ry Hayden, and he's right behind last week's winner, Sam Oskin, in the 31, and ahead of him is Joshua Pollard. And look further forward there, right ahead of the 3 of Brandon Ross. Carson Gum, he was in the top 10 not long ago. He's fallen way down the pecking order, as we've got some side-by-side up front for the lead. Who is that now going to be leading? It looks like there might be RJ Bishop, I believe. Indeed it is. RJ Bishop now has the lead. Tedisco has fallen way down. And he's bringing Cody Lammers with him too. So across the start-finish line, who's going to lead this lap? It will be RJ. But what's going on now with Brandon? He's fallen way down. He fell down to 14th place the last lap around. And is continuing to drop back. Look at him. And Cody Lammers has got nowhere to go. I think there's a problem here on Brandon's car, I reckon. Yeah, look at him. He is really tumbling down the order. Now Carson Gum is stuck behind him. So there's a problem then on the 11 car. We only seen him lead a couple of laps ago. He's now down to 28th position within 2 laps. So there is a genuine problem on the Brett Bodine Racing Ford. So disaster then for Brandon Disco, who wants to have a good points day, but looks like he ain't, because he's free falling down to the back of the pack. Meanwhile, RJ Bishop still leads, but now under pressure from Michael Norman. 13 laps in, another 54 laps to go. And RJ still leads. Dylan Poteet thinking about going 3 wide for second spot. And now they do go 3 wide, puts Michael Norman in the Pontiac sandwich. So it's been great racing here. Already we've got a few lead changes. Bishop has led a few. Jesse Turner's led a few. And of course, Brandon Disco has led a couple of laps. And there he is now. There is a look then at Brandon Disco, and he is at the back end of the field. So from leading about 4 laps ago, he's now at the tail end of this lead pack, and looks like he is losing a lot of speed. I'm wondering if he's actually missing a cylinder in that Ford there, because he is still losing draft to the guy ahead. That is Christian Martin. And there is his teammate just ahead of him, a few cars ahead, Dylan Young in number 2 Ford. Love to know what's happening then with Brandon Tedesco's car. There's definitely some sort of misfire. Yeah, you see, Tedesco's going at 162 miles an hour. These drivers are going 168. So something is definitely a problem now with Brandon Tedesco. Such a shame that to see. There's a look at the pace car. Meanwhile, RJ Bishop still leads the field. Now Michael Norman has a little bit of a gap. And then you've got the Las Vegas winner, side by side with the Bud Shootout winner. And who was that trying to make it 3 wide? Oh, that's Nathan Hudson. Behind him is the one of Trent Dunham. Oh, Michael thinks about having a look for the lead, and no, but RJ shuts the door and leads yet another lap. Tell you what, it's great racing actually down deep through the field. Let's give a rundown then. Nathan Hudson then in 4th. Trent Dunham has now gone up into 5th position. 6th is Poteet. 7th is Richard Johnson. Cole Diva is in 8th. And 9th place now belongs to Charles Sanfer. And Nick Gunther completes the top 10 as it stands at the moment. And there you can see the man second in the points side, going 3 abreast with the 88 of James Qualls and Nathan Ormond. So at the moment, Zachary Fitzwater, he's worked his way out through the field quite nicely. He's up into 19th place. Someone else that's also worked his way through the field extremely nicely is the 94 of Jessica Shelton. There she is. She's nearly cracked the top 10 after starting 42nd. Starting dead last on the field, and she's nearly cracked into the top 10. What a drive that is from Jessica. There you can see the silver, yellow, red, black number 94. Tucked in behind Stefan Papiez in the 32, and the 99 of Danny Wells, who's trying to go on the inside of Trek Torga. And now Jessica goes to the outside and gets the help from Jamie Smith and just goes around James Qualls around the outside. Poteet goes a little bit wide into 2 as well as Trek Torga, but they are 3 wide. So brilliant racing all the way through the front of the field, all the way down to the back of the field. It's just great stuff to see here. 20 laps in, no cautions yet. Still RJ with the lead. Nathan Hudson in 2nd. Trent Dunham now into 3rd. And you can see the 18 as well, Noah Hart. He is also battling his 2nd of 3 races under probation. We did see him at the back end of the pack at the start of the race, and he's worked his way out through the field quite nicely too. Up into 25th position, so a little bit of slow movement back through the field. I did also see the 24 of Kyle Matthews. He was also at the tail end of the field back in the early goings of the race. And there he is now. Well, he classified in 25th position, dives down low on Carson Gum, as the pole sitter Jesse Turner makes a look on Seth Cole for position. And Stephen Colon is there too, the bronze and, well, the gold number 9. There he is, the gold, black, orange number 9. And he's also worked his way through the field nicely. Not as impressive as Jessica. He'd started the race 41st. Came across the line in 28th spot. Starting to field out a little bit here as Nathan Hudson now is in the lead. And I do believe that's the first time that we see Nathan Hudson lead the lap all year, well, all season. So Nathan Hudson's going to be leading the lap, and that's another 5 points to him. Trent Dunham's second now. RJ Bishop's lost the lead, but still running fine in third place. Side by side with Michael Norman and Cole Diva. Up there in fifth. And there's Andy McCrory, the black and red number 50 car. He started 35th, and now he's into the top 10. As Trent Dunham has a look for the lead. There you can see the 50 car side by side with the 42 of Cole Diva. So he's cracked the top 10. And looks like he's passing Cole Diva as well. And here comes Stefan Papiez with Danny Wells in the middle. Oh, Kyle Matthews almost scraping the wall. And Nathan Ormond, his teammate, also scraped the wall too. There he is. He started this race in 17th position. He's fallen down to nearly 41st. Keeper of which, where is Brandon? There he is. He's just approaching turn 3 right now. So the problems are still going for the 11 machine. As there is a look at Matt McIntyre behind Matt McLean, who we saw battling in the top 10 about 15 laps ago. Meanwhile, back up front, there's a little bit of a gap then between the top 2 as Trent Dunham looks like he got a little loose coming off of turn 4. Was trying to look on the inside of Nathan, but couldn't get the job done, so he sticks him behind. So Nathan Hudson still leads the field, and he's got a whole cavalry of Chevrolet drivers right behind him. Now we've got Nick Gunther in 4th position. Nick Gunther for Andy Petrie Racing. He's now on the inside. Lap 26 out of 67. We are still at green flag racing, so I'm impressed. These drivers are keeping it clean and green. Obviously, just not a good sign there with Brand Tedesco being, having a problem with his Ford and not being able to battle with this great pack of cars here, all battling. So we're sort of like single file now for the first 5 cars, or maybe first 4 cars now. As Danny Wells also looks underneath on Michael Norman. Potentially may have a look underneath there, Cole Diva. And now Jessica Shelton, she has now cracked the top 10. That's quite a drive now from Jessica. She's up to 8th place, right behind their fellow Ford driver Danny Wells in the process. I love that camera shot there. All the drivers then all going by. More news then on Christian Martin, the points leader. He did have his teammate right behind him, but not for long. Dylan Young goes to the inside. Actually, there's the 16 of the outside poster there, Nico Ketchum. So he's also back there too. Last time around, Christian Martin came across the line 32nd, while Zachary Fitzwater came across the line in 12th position and looking on the inside of Stefan Papiez. As Trent Dunham looks like he's going for the lead, and I think RJ was thinking about going 3 wide, and RJ nearly getting into the back of Trent. We've got 5 Chevrolets, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th, and they all can't get by the 6th of Nathan Hudson. Give you a rundown then of the top 10. Trent Dunham is now down to 4th place, maybe 5th place as a result. Yeah, he's in 4th position. Let's see if we can go back to Brand Tedesco. In fact, Brandon's in. Brandon's into the pits, maybe to sort out the issue. So he's going to be the first to pit. Pretty much an early pit stop. I think drivers will be pitting around about lap 40th if they keep it green anyways. So obviously Brandon is going into the pits and probably sort out what's wrong with the car. Still Hudson leading, followed by RJ Bishop. Nick Gunther in third, Trent Dunham in fourth, and then we're 3 wide for 5th place. Danny Wells on the inside. Michael Norman goes down. He'll go double file now. And out goes Banter Disco. So he's now like 2 laps down, I reckon. I think he's about 2 laps down now. And let's see if his Ford can actually get going again. Hopefully he comes onto the track and not cause an incident, which he nearly did. Nearly gets into Diego Ospina. And now the 2 Penske drivers are getting held up behind the slower 11 car. So we'll see now if Tedesco's car is all right now, if they've sort of fixed the issue. But also don't forget, he is on fresher tyres, while the others are started this race on those tyres. So they're about 33 laps in, and you can see slightly pulling away from Dylan Young. So they may have actually fixed the issue. Maybe it was a tyre problem that Brandon had. Just ahead of him there is Daniel Voiles. He's on the lead lap in the green M&M's Pontiac. Started 36th. Not real any improvement for him. He's only 31st as the Disco goes to the inside of him to unlap himself from the 36, but he's got a lot of work to do, has Brandon, because he's got a whole load of drivers to get by. In fact, let's ride on board with a couple of laps around Brandon Disco. So there's the outside poster just ahead of him. Jimmy Smith on the outside. It looks like the problems have been fixed by the looks of it, because he looks quick now. Don't forget, he does have 4 fresh tyres on him. So going in towards turn 1, puts a little dab on the brakes. Nico gives him the room. That's a tremendous pack of racing right there, right in front of Brandon. He's going to go on the outside of Seth Cole. Seth gives him the room as well. And goes by Chris Summers too. Now he's got some free ride racing ahead. Kyle Matthews on the inside. Ospino in the middle. Noah Hart on the outside. And he's going to try and help the 24, is he? This is when Brandon's got to show a little bit of patience here now. He may have the fastest car of these drivers. Just got to show that little bit of patience. Right, and he's got through Kyle, he's got through Noah, no problem. Now he's going to go on the inside of Diego Ospina. Gets in the draft of Cody Lamas just ahead of him. You see the closing speed that Brandon has. That is the benefit of having 4 fresh tyres on him. And now he's trying to go by, he'll make it go 3 wide. Put Ospino in now on the outside and Lamas in the middle. So we'll keep on the progress in from Brandon Disco as we're still got Nathan Hudson still leading the field as we're single file now. Hudson leading, RJ Bishop second, Nick Gunther in a fantastic 3rd place, followed by Trent Dunham, Danny Wells in 5th, followed by Michael Norman. Jessica Shelton from 42nd on the grid to 7th. That is quite a drive from Jessica. 8th is Charles Sanford, 9th is Richard Johnson, and James Qualls rounds out your top 10. As we're nearly approaching lap number 40. So this is when pit stops is almost starting to happen as RJ has a look for the inside on Nathan Hudson. Can he make the job done then as they go into turn 1 and 2? Let's ride on board with Nick Gunther, see what he sees. It's just that outside run looks so good there. You can see the speed that Nathan has off of the corner. Oh, well, now Nick's going to lose a spot or 2. There goes Trent Dunham. He's went by him. And there's Danny Wells in the 99 Citgo car. Now, of course, we do have 2 Citgo sponsors in this race. One there you can see, as well as Jamie Smith. Actually quite impressed. We're 40 laps in and we've still got no cautions in this race whatsoever. Michael Norman may be thinking about going 3 wide into turn 3. No, Danny goes in on the high side. And Michael Norman, the only car on the inside line. Tries to go for 5th, tries to get back into the top 5. But looks like he's not going to do it. So Danny Wells will hold on to P5. And now Jessica Shelton is going to go for 6th place on the outside of Michael Norman. But then just drives a little bit high through one, does Jessica. And now we'll go 3 wide now as Charles Sanford goes to the inside. Oh, Richard was going to go 4 wide. Looks a bit tight car there. There's Richard. Had to go a little bit up on the track there. Luckily, there was no other cars beside him. Yeah, you can see how momentum has really checked up on there, Richard Johnson. Really had to check up. As Trent Dunham looks like he's going for 2nd place on RG. Lap 42 out of 67, so about 25 more laps to go. Fitzwater there now in 14th place, and there is the disco on those 10-lap fresher tyres. That's him past Fitzwater. Now he's just past Stefan Papiez, and now he's trying to work his way closer to the 90 of Levi McIntyre. Let's see what the pole sitter is of this race. There he is, Jesse Turner, sorry, my apologies. It's got Carsten Gum just ahead of him in the 17, and Sam Oskin, the winner from a week ago, up there in 15th place, and Brandon Ross in the 3. Oh, looks like we're going to have some pit stops. Cars are slowing down. Yep, so a lot of drivers then into the pit lane. We're on lap 44. Oh, and they've all got stacked up here behind. Oh, no, Dylan Young and Noah Cars. They've all got stacked up behind. A lot of drivers in the pits. A heck of a load of drivers in the pit lane. So there's a massive stack up now. So that's really going to compromise them when they come out of the pits. And I think Nathan is going to come in, isn't he? Yeah, Nathan is going to come in. So he went 1 lap extra further, as well as Michael Norman, Danny Wells, Nick Gunther. Brant Disco stays out because, of course, he pitted just 10 laps ago. Stephen Colon is going to stay out and do another lap. And did he cross the line to lead the lap? Yes, indeed he did. So he will get 5 bonus points now. So Colon will do out another lap. So Stephen Colon is the only one yet to not make a pit stop, but he will come out though. Out goes Trent Dunham, followed by Sanford and RJ and Cole Diva. Then Richard Johnson and Stefan Papiez. More to the point, where is the 6? I think that's him actually coming out of the pits right now, I reckon. Yep, that's him actually coming out of the pits. So out they go. Where is he going to come out in? Is Stephen Colon also gone into the pits? Yep, he has gone into the pit lane. So Stephen has led a couple of laps and he will surrender the lead to... I actually don't know. We'll find out here. Looks like it will be Nathan Hudson unless Trent Dunham gets going, as well as the 10 of Charles Sanford. But no, it looks like Nathan Hudson is going to come out still leading the field. Although look at the run that Trent Dunham and Charles Sanford have. Oh, Trent Dunham's going to lead. Yep, Trent Dunham is into the lead of the race. And Sanford into 2nd. So Hudson down to 3rd. Cole Diva in 4th. RJ Bishop is in 5th. Then 6th place will be Nick Gunther. 7th for Danny Wells. 8th place for Stefan Papiez. 9th place then for Richard Johnson. And 2nd in the points, Zachary Fitzwater. Out in the top 10. Stephen Colon is just getting back onto the track then, just been passed by Brandon Ross and Christian Martin. So with those extra couple of laps that he's got, let's see what he comes out, and he comes out in 22nd spot. So the field is actually sort of all figured out now. And there's Brantadisco. He's back now on the lead lap, currently running 36th position now. The only downside, though, is now the guys ahead of him or behind him have got 17 laps tyres fresher than Brandon. Oh, looks like we're going to go 3 wide, potentially for the lead, as Charles Sanford now leads the field. Nathan Hudson on the inside, and that is for 2nd place. So we'll give you a rundown then after these pit stops. Charles Sanford now leads this race at Texas, so he's going to get 5 bonus points. Nathan Hudson in 2nd. Third is Trent Dunham. Then you've got this tremendous scrap of cars here for 4th place, which is led by RJ Bishop. Cole Diva having a fine 5th position. And next to him will be 6th place Nick Gunther, 7th for Richard Johnson. Fitzwater is now in 8th place, 9th is Stanley Wells, and Stefan Papier has completed the top 10. Poteet 11th, Carson Gum 12th, Oscar 13th, Jessica Selton down to 14th, Andy McCrory in 15th. Seth Cole now is into 16th position. Under threat though with Diego Ospina, Joshua Collard and Levi McIntyre. Then in 20th position is Brandon Ross. There's the championship leaders, Christian Martin into 21st position. James Qualls in, 21st position, my bad. Then James Qualls is 22nd, being passed now by Noah Hart, who goes into 22nd. 24th is Stephen Corlon. 25th is Chris Summers. The pole setter, Jesse Turner, down in 26th. And then you got Kyle Matthews 27th, Jamie Smith 28th, Matt McLean 29th, Jeremy Tackles 30th, Michael Norman. It's happened again. He's been up at the front for the majority of the race and he's had a bad pit stop. He's down in 31st place. Then you got Daniel Voiles 32nd, the outside poster, Nico Ketchum 33rd, 34th is Trek Torga, Cody Lammers is 35th. There's Brandon Disco 36th, under pressure now from Ry Hayden, who's going on the inside. 38th is Wes McCall, Dylan Young 39th. 40th is Nathan Orman, 41st Matt McIntyre, and there is Noah Cars down in 42nd place, about to be lapped. So that's how they all fielded out when they made their green flag pit stops, and we have completed lap 50. Wow, look at the move from Trent. So yeah, Nathan Hudson is going to try and make an attempt to put a lap on Noah Cars as Trent Dunham goes back into 2nd place. The more times to keep battling, it's going to allow this pack of cars, led by Nick Gunther, who's now in 4th place, is able to catch up with them. And I'll tell you what, the other pack there, led by Carson Gum, is actually starting to catch up with these pack of cars right here. And Andy McCrory dives to the outside on Dylan Poteet. That will be for 14th position. Let's actually ride on board here with Andy McCrory, see what he sees as they go through turn 1. Look up ahead, Gunther under threat now from Richard Johnston as his Pontiac is underneath him. But Gunther holds position. Carson's done well actually to catch up with this pack of cars, so Carson's on course here for a decent finish here. It's that nasty bump then going in towards 1 and 2. Really nasty bump. Andy's just trying to find any which way you can get by both Jessica and Dylan, but just can't find a way by. So Andy's still holding on then to 15th place. Levi McIntyre, the winner at Las Vegas, in 16th place. Behind him is the winner of the Papyrus track race, Seth Cole. And Christian Martin, he is actually starting to gain some points now. I think he would have actually been told by his crew chief that the 4 is up ahead, so he needs to get going. I don't know if they're going to have time to catch up with the other drivers ahead, so I think possibly 16th could be the best place that Christian can do. Let's look at Joshua Collard. Not talked about him. Joshua has had a really trying season so far that has been here for the Brit. But he's having an okay race at the moment, 21st place. And another guy that's also struggling so far this season is Chris Summers. He just seems to be catching up in these accidents, not of his own making. You know, he was caught up in an incident at Daytona, caught up in an incident, you know, at Las Vegas. I think he did also have one at Auto Club as well. Then an incident happened to him in qualifying at Atlanta. It's just not been Chris Summers' season so far. And he's a former champion of this series too. Anyway, he's dragging a pretty good amount of cars here. With Kyle Matthews and Jamie Smith and Matt McLean and James Qualls and Jesse Turner and Noah Hart and Stephen Colon. So that's from like 22nd all the way back to 29th. So that'll be a good scrap of cars right here. All battling for position. As now this whole pack of cars has really caught up. Danny Wells then on the inside of Fitzwater, as we've got less than 10 laps to go. Let's see what's happening up front here with the 4 drivers of the lap car as well of Noah Cars, and it's Charles Sanford that's now leading this pack of 3 cars that are battling for the lead. And Nathan Hudson a little bit out wide, out of 4, but tucks in behind Trent. So Charles Sanford now in the lead. Trent Dunham second and Nathan Hudson third. They have now lapped Noah Cars, and in 4th place is Zachary Fitzwater. There he is. Nice way to bounce back there from the disaster from a week ago at Pocono. Getting caught up in a late wreck. And, you know, he's just minding his time, minding his business, you know, just patiently working his way through the field. And that's what he's done. He's lost that 4th place now to Danny Wells. And through he goes. Just looking at the lap time there, on lap 61 out of 67. So there's not a lot of racing left to go, but it has been fantastic racing nonetheless. There we've gone all green flag here. We've went all 60 laps without having a caution. So fantastic show from all these drivers here, keeping it absolutely nice and clean. That's what we want to see. And there's Christian Martin now in 16th place. Now, can he drag these gap of cars to catch up with, well, I don't know now, because you've got Joshua Collard and that, and they're all battling all side by side. So that's probably going to hamper them a bit as Seth Cole maybe looks to the inside of the point leader. So another tremendous gaggle of cars right here. Let's have a look further back as Levi McIntyre tries to go for a pass. Diego Ospina is also there too. He started 34th, so he's gone up through the field nicely, up to 19th place. Anyway, we've got 5 laps of racing to go, so we'll have a look at the battle up front within the last 3 laps there. So we're just looking at some of the other drivers. Jeremy Tackles and Michael Norman, 30th and 32nd. This is the guy in 32nd. Along with Trek Torga, Cody Lamas and Nico Ketchum. Tedesco with those worn tyres now. They're 33 laps old, considering their Rye pitted about 20 laps ago. Tough day at the office though for both the 14 and the 2, as well as Nathan Ormond on course for his worst finish of the season. And now then, Sanford in the lead, followed by Hudson, the lap car of Noah Cars. And there's Trent Dunham in 3rd place, Fitzwater in 4th. Cole Diva on course for his best finish of the season. P5 so far for Cole, and wanting to get 4th position. 3 more laps to go. 4.5 miles to go. Let's get back up then with the leader. Here comes Hudson to the inside, going into 3 and 4. Don't forget, a ticket is waiting for you. If you win this race, you'll be in the All-Star race. Charles Sanford's already in it. Nathan Hudson and Trent Dunham hasn't. They've not got their tickets in to this race. Will they do it now? 2 laps to go now. Side by side for the lead. Hudson has got the inside. You can see him. He's just leading a little bit. But watch the outside, though, of Charles Sanford. Can he get the run on the outside? Looks like he can. And he does indeed. He is holding on. Can Sanford get his 2nd win of the season? What has been a disastrous season after winning the Daytona 500. White flag is out then. And it's all of the 3 manufacturers. Is it a Pontiac? Will it be a Ford? Or will it be a Chevrolet that will go into victory lane here at Texas Motor Speedway? Side by side for the lead. Trent Dunham thinks about going 3 wide. Can't do it. I think Noah Cars has scraped the wall. Will there be a last lap pass? Will it be a last corner pass? Can Nathan Hudson have the run? It looks like he might have it. And I think he might have just done it right there. And he has. Nathan Hudson wins at Texas. A last lap pass, and Nathan Hudson has won this race. Charles Sanford will have to settle for second place. Third place will go to Trent Dunham, but what a finish that was there. What a great race. And it was all kept all green. A no caution race. That's a very rare thing to happen in the CCS though. But congratulations then to Nathan Hudson. He wins round 7 and he books his ticket into the All-Star race. Congratulations then to Nathan. As he puts his car into the pit lane, the whole crowd, the whole team will be absolutely celebrating and the car disappears. There you go. So there you go. That has been it. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for watching round 7 of the championship. Stay tuned again for next week, round 8, where we'll be racing under the lights at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Another 1.5 mile track. And it's going to be a lot longer. 80 laps in that as well for that. So stay tuned for that next week. Here's the official results and the points. Don't forget, we have a Discord group page. Follow it, so, go into the page. It'll be nice to see you in there. We'll see you again then next week at Charlotte.